sort of level of order where they could maybe try set it up into groups of suitable people, like, use your common sense to say, maybe we'll put the, like, separate the groups, but you just end up in a room with people of all ages, and there's, people messing, and you don't learn it. And so the course is you try to stick the course out long enough so that when you go back, the attention's off you for a bit, and you can just go look for a job that you want.
So you're just working the system. You become institutionalized into this,
actually you're forced to work the system to an extent. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, but it's just a revolving door situation then for 4 years. Well, it was for me anyway.
So, was there any positive incentives to encourage you to take up education? I thought no, it's just always under duress.
That's what I said. It was like, maybe if they paid you sort of, if there was actually a worthwhile increase in the money you get, they'd get people doing courses. It's the opposite, because you don't get docked. Like I said, you don't get docked when you're just on job seekers, plain and simple. But if you're on a course, they cut your 188 or whatever it is you're on into 5 equal numbers, and if you miss one day, then your 1/5 is gone.
Yeah.
So that they actually do the complete opposite then. No, I'm sure if you got an extra bonus at the end of every month that you finished the course, that it would probably.
Okay, so that's the suggestion there. Yeah. So you think that bonuses maybe coming up with a way, thinking of a way to incentivize people to, instead, like encouraging people, incentivizing people to attend every day rather than punishing.
Yeah, it wouldn't even need to be money. Like there's one, like I've taught in the past, like what if they gave one for all vouchers, so people could at least buy a new pair of runners, a new pair of jumper at the end of every month they do the course.
Okay, so you're talking about kind of positive rewards rather than
positive reinforcement,
yeah. Very good.
Instead of the complete opposite, which is what they're doing.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm just trying to think now. Have you had difficulty knowing who to go to for information help? I think I asked you that kind of in a roundabout way. We kind of dropped on that. Have you in the past, when you were looking for help in relation to, not help so much, but
you're told who to go. Everybody tells you to go to the same people, but
when you say everybody, who do you mean?
Anybody ask, I'm looking. I think I might do a course or some sort of training thing. They always say, look at what FOSS courses are on, or see what's going on in the social welfare. And like I said, it's just another part of the revolving door.
Okay.
That is sort of, these are the courses that are on or starting soon, and they're all the same FOSS courses.
Okay, so those services you've previously been with, have you felt that they were prioritising you, the government, employers? Have you ever felt like...
Yeah, that's what, like I kind of let on there that it is almost like they're trying to cover their own asses in there, like to move people off the list of unemployed to in training, even though
and you even as participant would get that feeling.
Yeah, there's like that. They are trying to keep their numbers relatively good looking.
Okay.
From this is how many people are unemployed, this is how many people are in training, but it will revert back that the people that go into the course most of them I reckon would leave in a week or two, go back to unemployment, but then a few more are drafted out of unemployment into the course. Then they realise, and then...
So even you as a participant,
fully aware of it,
very young adult, you're aware of this feeling that you're going in from the minute you engage with...
You're just being sort of drifted along.
The services, you're just being told you need to get off the dole. You're like, in your kind of words, I suppose, they want you off the dole into a course and then it's not necessarily a course for you. It's just all about the figures. It's not about you. You don't feel like you're the actual focus. Do you ever feel like you're the focus of any? No. And once you're in a training program, have you ever felt like you're the focus? When you're in a training program, or have they had their own?
In the one I am in now, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the one you're in now.
Like the Learning for Life program, definitely. They make it clear to you that it's all about you, and that if you don't want to be in there.
Now, can I ask you what is the Learning for Life program?
It's a 7-week training course that's funded by Diageo themselves. They pay for they put most of the money into it themselves.
Yeah.
So you know that they care about what results come from it, like.
Yeah.
And they sort of bring you into it relatively slowly, and then they sort of then they give you a branded T-shirt that says Diageo. So you learn, you get used to getting up, having your uniform ready, having a clean uniform going in, and it gives you a sort of gives you a sense of belonging more than, because I quite like walking to my training wearing my Diageo top. I'm proud to wear it, you know, like.
Brilliant.
Because like, it's better than getting up at 12 in the morning and getting a chicken fillet roll with a hoodie on.
Yeah, so you feel like, a sense of belonging.
Yeah,
You're being,
like I feel like I'm part of the morning bustle like everyone else.
Yeah. So you would have your hours on that course. What way do they work?
It's 9:30 to 4:30, 5 days a week. So it's it's really an hour. It's only an hour shorter than a full-time work day. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And do you follow like do you have holidays and that? Was just it's 7 weeks. You said sorry. So
yeah, 7 weeks, 5 days.
So it's an intensive program, probably.
Yeah, it really is. Like they squeeze it into you. There's no sort of really DOS days. Like we went like on our second day. No, sorry, on our third and fourth day in that course, we were like doing CPR and like defibrillation on dummies and stuff.
Wow. And, like, okay.
We learned how to. We basically got a first aid cert in 2 days. Got a manual handling cert in 1 day. Got we're gonna have a city and guild cert at the end of it, like.
Fantastic.
So like I got a first aid in 2 days and I got manual handling in 1 day.
That's brilliant. So you can use that all over the place.
Yeah, I can, and I'll have that for the next 2 or 3 years, or as long as it's valid. But like, I know that there's fast courses that will drag that out into 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this course is more intensive.
It's intensive, but we still get the same. At the end of it, we get a full-fledged cert, like that we're qualified. It's not like watered down or you're half qualified or you're sort of. There's people with better qualifications and sort of the same thing. Like we're given the top cert to work in tourism or hospitality, and all it does is it takes 7 weeks.
And what is the overall aim of the course? What are you learning? What are you going to become out of this course? What is it?
It's I'll either have a pass, merit or distinction in city and guilds, which means you can work in any hotel, any coffee shop, any bar, any restaurant.
Service industry.
Yeah, service and tourism. Like it means like
and bar work.
I could walk into any hotel if I had a distinction in that, I'd get the job straight away.
That's amazing.
It's basically like the college degree of service.
Brilliant.
So like I'll be able to get like
it'll open doors for you everywhere, and what a great
and
a great area to get into. Like the world's your oyster. You can work in every country on the planet. Like it's fantastic. And
not only that, they go out and they get you a 4-week job placement at the end of your 7 weeks training. They put you somewhere. Look, they say they take into consideration what you want to do, where like what kind of area would you like to work in that industry, and then they get your work placement.
They help as far as they can. They get you the
placement. I have I do not.
Okay, they get you the placement at the end of the 7 weeks.
So they could say this hotel, this bar for 4 weeks placement, and the idea is that gives, they go to the place and they'll say, look, I recommend this fella that's on our Learning for Life program for 4 weeks non-paid training, show them the rounds, and then the idea is that it's up to me for those 4 weeks to come across as someone they want on their team, and then at the end of the 4 weeks it's up to them to sign a contract with me to work full time with them.
Oh, so the idea is that they're helping set you up with a job.
Yeah, it's basically the equivalent to bridging into a job. They teach everything you need to know to work in these places. They get you a placement in one of these places, and then the idea is that after your 4 weeks in a placement that you sign a contract to work with them.
Fantastic.
And they say like they lay that out on the table to these people beforehand before we even know anything about it, like.
And because 7 weeks, like I don't know of any fast courses that are only 7 weeks long. Like they're
without this course, it could have. Yeah.
Like it's good, but obviously it must be to the point. Like you're just.
It's 6 years since I've gone on my first unsuccessful training course. So that like another year, it would have been 7 years. God. So like it's like 7 years of the same repetitive pattern.
Yeah.
And like 7 years is a long time.
And how are you feeling? Why is this different?
Yeah, and this is 7 weeks.
Okay.
and it'll change my whole